Hi, my name is Gregory Newson. I am an artist. I started painting at the age of 14, much inspired by a man that gave me a scholarship at that age. But I like to explain the process in which I came up with creating Newson creations. I go on long walks on lakesides and oceans, and I try to find driftwood. Like this is a piece here of wood I found, almost what I imagined in my imagination, and which is supposed to be a giant red flying squirrel, which I'm going to do a painting around it where there'll be giant flying squirrels up in the air around this piece when I finish it. But the process is to chisel out or carve out the image that I'm trying to bring about, like my fish or this piece of stone, injections, and fill it with device that could deliver down the road scent or air freshener. But right now, the stage one is to be able to have looping music coming from it. Well, I don't know if you want to call it music. Birds chirping, seagulls, ocean waves hitting the shore, and all the types of sounds that us human beings go out and hear naturally, and many of us get great pleasure out of nature's natural sounds. So I decided maybe this could be an additional subject that I could move on to and broaden my portfolio, in which in the past has always been Civil War artwork for the last 13 years. But I'm hoping that I can get backers to help me finance plastic mold injection, the components that are needed to deliver looping music like birds singing, dolphins singing, whale sounds, and more. And to be able to download your own personal music for when you get home and you're stressed and you sit back and you turn on your light and you look at your artwork and you just think about the day, what you accomplished, what you didn't accomplish, before you start jumping into your normal household work, in which many of us go straight from the job into our chores at home without even breathing and taking a breath, maybe getting a cold drink and sit down and pause for a moment and contemplate all the things in life that are going through stress on this planet, including animals that we share this planet with. I hope you feel a sense of connection. And Hi. Well, thank you for the second part of trying to explain the process in which I go through to produce a sculpture, then to a painting, and then the plastic mold injection creation files. This is a piece of burnt firewood. At one of the Civil War reenactments events, we sat around the fire, burning wood to keep warm. The next morning I got up and walked around the site, the reenactment site, which I'm always fascinated with the beauty at some of the actual locations where battles were fought. But I wandered back towards my tent, and I saw this smoldering piece of wood laying in the fireplace. I looked at it, as hot as it was, and pulled it out the fire and decided I saw something relevant in it. And this is what my end product came to be like. I was fascinated. It was burnt on the side. I took off some of the side here to try to give the appearance of hair. And then I took some barbed wire and I wrapped it around the skull. And many churches in South America and in Italy do have a black Jesus as a representation of Jesus Christ. But anyway, with that said, this is the painting that I did. I took a photo of the actual sculpture with the barbed wire and silhouetted it in Photoshop, then had it projected on a canvas, and I painted around the image that was representing the sculpture on the canvas. And this is like two-tone, really. This upper part represents pebbles, but if you look closely, they are actually footprints. And my message was, and these are the thorns that represent the barbed wire. Okay, this is the next step in creating a file that can be turned into a mold, from plastic mold injection. I'm using a ferret, a Creality product, which took a considerable amount of time for me to wrap my brain on how to use this. It was quite challenging, but I pray to the God that I'm so familiar with, and he just told me to stick with it. Now, this is the same item that I'm going to attempt to give you an idea. As you can see here, you scan it. You got to do a whole lot of setting. You got to keep it in between the green marks, and it's actually scanning it. It'll give you instructions about you missing your points of where you're supposed to be. But it's a fascinating piece of equipment that assisted me on giving a plastic manufacturing company a file that they can interpret into an actual plastic mold, probably made out of aluminum, that they'll make my lamps. They'll inject the plastic inside the mold and can mass produce them.